Magandang araw sa inyo mga ka-learners. Dr. Therese here. Let's continue with our final lesson on getting the most from your medicine. In Lesson 2, we looked at how dose played a huge role to consider in taking medicines, and with a good reason. Medicines will not be effective if they are not taken in their proper dose. They can also make your condition go from bad to worse if you don't take the right amount. This lesson will teach you just that, how to take the proper dose of medicines used for common illnesses. After this lesson, you should be able to identify the correct dose of a medicine by carefully reading product labels and prescription forms, and convert dose of medicines from one unit to another. Dosage is a major factor in taking over-the-counter and prescription drugs. Most people prefer asking their pharmacist about the correct dosage for the medicine you want to buy. But don't you think it would be better to try and understand the label on the medicine you just bought? Here's a sample label for Bonamin, a common over-the-counter medicine that helps with vomiting and the onset of vertigo. Study it carefully and take note of the following. Contents refer to the active ingredient of the medicine. In this case, it's meclizine HCl. Indication refers to what illness or illnesses this medicine could be used for. Dosage and administration refers to the correct dose and frequency that this medicine should be taken to achieve best results. For Bonamin, it says here it should be taken an hour before traveling for effects that will last for 24 hours. The unit used for its dosage is tablet because it is in tablet form. It's 2 tablets for adults and children aged 11 and above, and 1 for children aged 10 and below. Special precautions are the conditions you should avoid while taking this medicine. It says here you should avoid driving when you take this medicine. It could also refer to conditions you have that will make it a bad idea to take this medicine. For Bonamin, that's either glaucoma or if you're pregnant. Adverse reactions are the side effects that you will likely experience after taking this medicine. Drug interactions are other drugs or substances that you should not take with this. For Bonamin, that's barbiturates, alcohol, tranquilizers, and sedatives. Apart from reading the label, you can also talk to your family doctor or authorized personnel in your barangay health center about commonly used drugs available without prescription and their correct dose. Prescription medicines, on the other hand, include a written prescription. Do you remember what a prescription is? That's right. It's an authorized form signed by your doctor telling you what medicine you should take and the correct dose. Here's an example. Prescription medicines also include important instructions either in the pack or on their label that must be followed carefully to ensure safe and effective use. The good thing about these types of medicines is that they are taken under the guidance of your doctor. If something on the label is not clear to you, you can always ask them. Let's now talk about the dose of medicines. Did you notice the different units of measurement used in our samples? The makers of Bonamin use tablet as their unit of measurement. A tablet, or tab, is a compressed or molded block of solid material. Other units for solid medicines include the capsule, or powdered medicine inside an oblong-shaped sac or shell, gram, or the basic unit of measuring weight in the metric system, and milligram, which is 1 over 1,000 of a gram. You don't really need to worry about the weight of each solid medicine since that is always on the packaging of what you buy. Liquid medicine, though, is a different story. Usually placed in bottles, these need to be measured before taking them. This means they need to be accurately measured which is why some of them generally come with small measuring cups. Liter is the most common metric unit used to measure volume. However, medicines are usually measured in milliliters because they tend to be used in smaller quantities. If, by any chance, you lose that small measuring cup that comes with liquid medicines, you can refer to this chart to convert between milliliters and more common household items like teaspoons and tablespoons. For more information on measuring units of volume, look to our module entitled Measuring Volume. Now, why is it important to know the unit of measurement used for liquid medicines? Well, as we discussed, there are times when you lose track of where that small measuring cup is because of its size. In this instance, you will need to use the chart I showed you earlier and a common household item, say a teaspoon, to administer the medicine. Let's say you need 5 milliliters for a dose of a cough syrup. In this instance, you just pour out enough cough syrup to fill the teaspoon without it overflowing. If you need more than that, then a bit of math is needed. Let's say you needed to give your brother 20 milliliters of his vitamins. We know that there are 5 milliliters in a teaspoon. We can divide 20 milliliters by 5 to get 4, which will then be the number of teaspoons we need to give a full dose. Before we end this lesson in this module, let's look back at what we learned. In this lesson, we learned that taking the proper dosage of medicines is a major factor to consider when we use them. To make sure that the medicine we take will be effective and will have no adverse reactions, it should be taken in its proper dose. We also learned the unit of measurements often used for solid and liquid medicines, as well as a handy way of converting from one unit to another. For solid medicines, these units include the tablet, the capsule, the gram, and the milligram. For liquid medicines, these units are the milliliter, the teaspoon, the tablespoon, and the fluid ounce. Congratulations on completing this module, ka-learners! How was it? Did you learn a lot from our module? I hope you did, because this module will help you a lot the next time you pay your doctor or the Barangay Health Center a visit. See you on our next module, mga ka-learners! This is Dr. Therese for Solar Learning.